Hey guys, here's with another video. I was just sitting here with my brother-in-law and we were having some fun using the battle mat for the first time, and I started realizing that I had never shown a video on how well these erase. I will say they do give you a lovely little informational here about when you get this, kind of talking about what the battle mat is, what to use and don't use on it. And they really do talk about kind of the nitty-gritty stuff. For example, not to use dry erase pens, grease pencils, permanent markers, not to heat it or, anything like that. But they even talk about some of the colors and that are a little bit more difficult, like red, blue, brown, orange, and green have the tendency to stain. If left overnight, try to remove these colors as soon as possible. So I took some time here real quick to kind of mark each of the markers. These are literally everything that you get with the kit. These markers right here, as well as this little bottle of magic juice. And these products are intended specifically for their product, the battle mat, which again, this is their branded battle mat. So I'm just going to quickly show you kind of the erasing aspect of this. And I've put one of each of the markers kind of in a tile here so you can see. First and foremost, I'm just going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to try and wipe. Okay. These were put down in terms of timeline only about a minute or two before I did this video. So you can see some of the colors came pretty much right off on their own, or at least a percentage of it that's pretty decent. You can see the yellow was very light to begin with, but like the black in particular just does not like to come off. So there are two other products that we're going to use here for helping erase. But actually, before I do that, I have another eraser here, and I'll just kind of quickly go over it and show. I'm going to even go over the text up here. And you can see that black just does not want to come off. So I've got a little water spray bottle. That's all this is. There's nothing else in it. I'm going to saturate that pretty heavily. And we're going to use just this guy again. And you can see how messy this gets very quickly with the black. Black, and even more black. Okay. Now again, this is just with their paper towel and water. This is not with their product, with their magic juice, as they call it. So I'm going to get a fresh paper towel here. And you can see there's some smearing right here that's pretty intense. And you can see quite a bit of it came off. Let me take the magic juice now and take it for the next thing. Okay, let's see how that comes up. And you can see, for the most part, that's pretty much good as new, minus some coloration here. It might be a little bit hard to see, but in person, it's a little more obvious. So I'm going to go over this again. It's a little bit more of that juice. And you can see for the most part, this came up, minus just a little bit of shadowing right here and right here. Those two spots I can see. And to clarify, those were these two colors. So the other ones, the other 6 markers at that, came up pretty easily, not too bad. And that was a pretty fresh run of colors. Like I said, I'd only had them down for a few minutes in relation to right now. Some of this other stuff, I'll kind of show you right here. I just was, like I said, messing around with my brother-in-law. We had put this stuff down probably about an hour ago. So this has been sitting here for about an hour. And I'll just take a little bit of water. We'll see how this comes up. And you can see it's being a little bit more stubborn. So that did not want to come up. And again, this black is probably the worst color for not wanting to be removed. In terms of staining, the blue looks actually worse. But in terms of getting this color up, this black, it is very stubborn. And I'm putting quite a bit of elbow grease on this. I know this is not the most entertaining thing to watch, but I just want you to see it in real time so you know that I'm not taking 20 minutes to try and make it look brand new or anything crazy like that. This is literally it. All I'm doing And you can see, even after a pretty extensive run with the magic juice, and only about an hour sitting on, that really was not all that long, it is still stained. So I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna be even more generous with this spray. I'm gonna let it sit. We're gonna try it one more time. I'll give it one more run with a fresh paper towel, because that obviously will help too. That is still there. That is I don't even know if that's gonna come off, to be honest with you. I am very concerned that this mat with that black is gonna be a problem. And considering we did a whole bunch of work, it's coming up a little bit better. That is a lot of elbow grease though. So I guess the lesson to be said is, be careful of what colors you use and how long you leave this on. They talked about overnight. Man, I'd be nervous about setting up in advance for a session with any writing on here, in black at least, because I mean, that is still there. If I back up, you can still see the stain right there. You can still see these right there. So battle mat folk, be careful, be scared, be smart. Again, would I get this product? Yes. I would just be very mindful of what markers I'm using, how long I'm letting them sit. Certain colors are going to be probably more prone to staining, but what's crazy is the black is the worst culprit. And you can see on here, there is no mention of black. They talk about red, blue, brown, orange, and green having tendencies to stain if left overnight. Now the blue obviously is the one that did this, for sure. That's that dark blue. But the black, holy cow. So, all right. Well, hopefully this is helpful to you. And if you're getting a battle mat, be careful. Maybe even consider investing in acrylic or something. If you do, just know that you can't use these markers. As I've talked about in my other video, wet versus dry erase is a difference. You want to make sure for acrylic, you're using a dry erase. And maybe the acrylic would be a cheaper thing. I don't know. That would be something to consider. Maybe a future discussion. I'll pull out the acrylic, because I do have that. And I can kind of mess around with marking that up and see if it's better and easier than doing it on here directly. So take care, guys.